On behalf of Commissioner Thomas Creek and the members of the Ontario Provincial Police, thank you for tuning into this very important announcement. Time and time again, we speak to the importance of collaboration between police services. The provincial impact of sophisticated criminal networks has a ripple effect across our communities. Project Weaver has been an 8-month investigation led by Biker Enforcement Unit, with assistance from BEU municipal partners, as well as Canadian Forces National Investigation Services. The trafficking of illegal firearms and other offensive weapons continues to threaten public safety in communities across Ontario and Canada. As you will learn from this announcement, the criminal networks identified in this investigation have been dismantled. The quantity of firearms, explosives, cocaine, and other controlled substances speaks to the need for multi-jurisdictional collaboration between all levels of law enforcement. We are a team and collectively working towards the same outcome. We are preserving the safety of our citizens and removing criminality from our communities. These complex investigations require many officers working diligently while sharing intelligence and investigative techniques. This is what brings the impressive results you are seeing here today: teamwork. It is imperative that law enforcement continues to work together to dismantle these criminal networks. I would like to again thank our partners and every officer involved for their dedication and persistence.
Thank you, Deputy Cox. I would like to start by also thanking all of our partners on this investigation. Our investigators are the reason behind the many successes we have, and they contribute greatly to improving public safety in our province. The Biker Enforcement Unit and our 22 municipal partners, as well as the Canadian Forces National Investigation Service, have been instrumental to the success of this investigation. Project Weaver began in September 2020 after the development of intelligence indicated significant firearms and drug trafficking activity in southwestern Ontario, namely Brantford and London. As our investigators continued to collect evidence and intelligence, we were able to identify 4 distinct and unrelated criminal networks responsible for trafficking firearms, explosives, cocaine, and cannabis. I would like to outline the 4 independent criminal networks identified with no significance to their order. The first network includes members of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club in London area, responsible for trafficking cocaine in large quantities, illegal cannabis, and a loaded firearm. The second independent criminal network has been trafficking firearms and cannabis in the London area. The third independent criminal network is responsible for trafficking firearms and cocaine in the Brantford area. Finally, the fourth independent criminal network has been engaged in trafficking offensive weapons, including firearms and explosive devices, and large quantities of cocaine in the Brantford and Hamilton area. These offensive weapons include grenades, a grenade launcher, and explosive projectiles. Public safety is our #1 concern. Our investigative team has collaborated with the Canadian Forces National Investigation Service throughout this investigation to determine the source of the explosives and offensive weapons. We have determined that these are not Canadian military explosives, though they were made to look like military-grade equipment. We are confident that the source has been identified, and we want to assure the public that there is no threat to your safety. On Tuesday, March 9th, the investigative team executed 11 search warrants, 2 in London, 4 in Brantford, and additional search warrants in Ancaster, Paris, St. Thomas, Oakland, and Barrie. The search warrants were conducted with assistance from the OPP Emergency Response Team, OPP Tactics and Rescue Unit and Explosive Disposal Unit, Provincial Asset Forfeiture Unit, OPP K9, OPP Community Street Crime Units, the Provincial Joint Forces Cannabis Enforcement Team, and OPP Aviation, as well as assistance from specialty units from the Hamilton Police Service, Brantford Police, the London Police Service, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Barrie Police Service, Stratford Police Service, and St. Thomas Police Service. We know that there was a heavy police presence for several days at a residence location in Barrie, which may have left the community curious. We want to assure you that our investigators took all necessary precautions and deemed there was no threat to public safety at the time, and there remains to be no threat to public safety. Throughout the course of Project Weaver, the investigative team combined to seize 31 firearms, including multiple handguns. 81 grenades, 2 grenade launchers, 3 explosive projectiles, 22 other prohibited devices, 10.85 kilograms of cocaine, 216 pounds of illegal cannabis, 5 pounds of hash, 36 pounds of psilocybin, 715 grams of MDMA, more than $10,000 in other illegal cannabis products, 1 Outlaws Motorcycle Club vest, $127,757 in Canadian currency, and $2,106 in US currency, as well as seizing 8 vehicles. We have arrested 10 individuals in connection to this investigation for 268 offenses under the Criminal Code, Controlled Drugs and Substances Act, and the Cannabis Act. Our Provincial Weapons Enforcement Unit has been engaged throughout this investigation to trace the origin of the firearms seized. The firearms tracing is still underway. However, the completed traces indicate that there are several origins of these firearms, including domestically within Canada, but also the United States. We have engaged the appropriate federal and international partners to continue the tracing of these firearms. The significant seizure of cocaine throughout this investigation cannot be overlooked. Those trafficking these harmful substances within our communities will be held accountable for their actions. Not only was a significant quantity of cocaine seized, but a significant quantity of illegal cannabis was also the subject of seizure. This confirms once again that illegal cannabis is a lucrative commodity, and legalization has not removed the involvement of criminal networks in illegal cannabis markets. The totality of the firearms, explosives, cocaine, and illegal cannabis that have been removed from our communities speaks further to the importance of collaboration between law enforcement. Any kind of firearms, weapons, or drug trafficking poses a significant potential threat to our communities. Law enforcement continually works together in an effort to remove these potential threats from impacting the public.
This investigation, this project, is an example of the cooperation and collaboration that is required by all law enforcement partners in order to do an effective investigation to provide public safety to the communities we serve. The success of a multi-jurisdictional project such as Project Weaver will have a direct impact on the public safety of our city and throughout Ontario. I am extremely proud of the work that has been done by the officers of the Brantford Police Service who have worked on this project, in addition to all the other officers from the agencies who have dedicated resources to this effective investigation.
Several members of the London Police Service were assigned to Project Weaver in both investigative and support roles, along with officers from other agencies under the direction of the Ontario Provincial Police. The level of sophistication and cross-jurisdictional nature of the criminal networks controlling the distribution of guns and drugs throughout the province requires a level of cooperation and teamwork displayed by various police services during this investigation.
The Canadian Forces National Investigation Service is proud to have worked alongside our law enforcement partners and assisted in bringing specialist Canadian Armed Forces capabilities together in support of this joint investigation. Contributing to the dismantling of a criminal network of this magnitude brings credit to all agencies involved, and the Canadian Forces National Investigation Service is pleased to have played a part. We may have different training in areas of expertise, but public safety is a shared operational aim. By each contributing our own skill sets, we achieve this collective goal.
As a result of Project Weaver and the admirable collaboration between law enforcement, we have removed 31 firearms, 81 grenades, 10.85 kilograms of cocaine, and 216 pounds of illegal cannabis from reaching our communities. We want to appeal to the public to please report any suspicious activity in your community to your local police service. Or to remain anonymous, please call Crime Stoppers. I want to thank you for tuning into this announcement, and thank you to our team of investigators who have dedicated hundreds of hours to protecting our citizens. Thank you.